We're so proud. We're so happy you guys are doing it. We were scared we'd never get to retire, but after seeing what he did, we have the confidence that we can now retire.
Yeah. Well, I was running the family business, and I knew my parents would not go for it. I was like, well, they're not going to pay for it, so I'm kind of stuck. And so Brandon had told me, he says, well, what kind of an impact and view would your parents have if you made the commitment? I was like, that would be a huge commitment. And
they think you're crazy. You said they think I was crazy.
Yeah, and I was thinking, man, how the heck am I going to come up with $40,000 out of my own pocket? I didn't have it. I just got done rodeo, and I got a young family, and just trying to
running second generation, running the family business, running it, even though parents are pulling the strings. And I said to him, what kind of move could you make to send a message to your parents that you're so serious about growing this business that they'll trust you, that it's a good choice to lean into you versus one day we'll give it to you? Like, what could you do to control that? And he's like, well, I guess I could pay for it myself. And he goes, but I don't have any money. I said, well, what do you have? See, sometimes you just need somebody that's going to be, this is that directness, I said, directness in my intention statement. I said, what do you have? And what'd you say?
Yeah, I want to back up just a quick second because, when I had learned about Brandon, it was so clear to me that this is the guy that I need to draft behind. Like, I just got his mentality so well. Like I just connected to that. And so the thing about Brandon that he does is when he wants something, he figures out how to get it done. And so when he said those words to me, I was like, you know what? I'll figure out how to get it done. So
and he looked me square in the eyes. He goes, I don't know, but I'm going to spend the next day or two figuring it out. I am going to pay for it. I will figure out how to get it done, and you can bet on that. And I'm like, okay, dude, I hope to see you at the 10X360.
Yeah, so I was brainstorming that night, and I said, you know what? I've got assets. And so I, at that time, was training rope horses as well. I have a passion for training rope horses, and one of my best rope horses had, he's priced at about $80,000. And so I went home, I signed the papers over to my dad. I said, write the check for this program. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't pan out, he's yours. You make a $40,000 profit on the deal, and we're done.
Now, do you think that sent a strong message to his dad?
Yeah.
So sometimes, you need to test in. You need to send a message you're serious. You don't wait for everybody else to do it for you. So what's happened since then? That was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, the business was doing about 1.8. Parents were afraid to grow it because they were afraid of the business crumbling. They were comfortable, but I knew I wasn't comfortable. I knew the people that worked with us weren't comfortable, and so the next year we did $3.5 million, and this year we'll do $7 million. And the beauty about all this is at the time we were doing about 12% profitability. Our profitability is upwards of 25 to 30% profitability now. So just knowing exactly where we're tracking, and then also being partners with them and having access to their team and the collaboration that happens through all this. Me and the mergers and acquisition team are working on some things right now. We've got a few deals in the pipeline. And there's no doubt in my mind that next year we'll do $25 million. So.
Now, interestingly enough, after that first year and we doubled the business and he'd made the big bet and made all the money of that 40 grand when you wrote that check and you made that deal with your dad, how long was it where your dad gave you the papers back because you got the 40 grand back?
Yeah, end of the month.
Sometimes you need people that have big incentives.
Yeah, I was so dedicated. I brought my operations manager with me. I threatened him with his life. I says, you better take every note you can in these 2 days. I was so nervous, and it was so impactful. We just narrowed it down, took the 3 to 5 things home, implemented them. That easy. Just followed the script, and it came back.
And so, interestingly enough, fast forward about 8 months later, the parents asked to have a meeting with me here in Arizona. So I'm like, yeah, I'll meet with you guys. And they're like, we're so proud. We're so happy you guys are doing it. We were scared we'd never get to retire. After seeing what he did, we have the confidence that we can now retire.
Yeah.